Welcome to a new video that is, in my opinion, long overdue. We are doing a comprehensive analysis of the 2025 villa market and comparing it to other investment options like apartments. I'll be covering and driving with you and the camera to these villa communities that I believe have the strongest investment potential over the next 5 years' time. So stay tuned to find out why villas are such an interesting investment in 2025 and which communities I'm recommending to my own investors. Today we're comparing the newest and most exciting villa communities and townhouse projects in Dubai. There are a lot of options out there from many different developers, but this video will give you a clear overview of the Dubai villa market for 2025. But first things first, why should you invest in a villa in Dubai in 2025? Why not choose an apartment or a commercial property instead? The main reason is quite simple. The market is short on villas, and there's a real scarcity in the Dubai villa market segment. According to official statistics, there are about 719,000 completed homes in Dubai, but only 5 to 7% of those are actually villas or semi-detached villas. This means the vast majority are apartments. And in recent years, especially since COVID-19, apartments have become less and less attractive for many people. So this means that we're lacking about, actually today, 10 to 15,000 villas in Dubai. There's high demand for villas from high net worth individuals that are moving from Europe or Asia to Dubai. So quick note on why H&Is are moving over from Europe especially. I recently spoke to one of my investors. They left Dubai before COVID due to pregnancy, and they bought a house in Zurich in Switzerland. So from a safety point of view, Switzerland was amazing, it was great. However, the weather is very cold. Life is, according to them, a lot less vibrant than in Dubai, so they moved to Spain to get better weather and built a large villa there. After 1 year, the whole neighborhood unfortunately got completely robbed, and even though they had full security cameras and surveillance systems, this actually happened to them. The moral of the story is Europe is not as safe anymore as it used to be, specifically for H&Is, so high net worth individuals. There's a certain level of safety in Dubai that money just cannot buy you elsewhere, a peace of mind that the government provides you for free. The UAE is actually, according to official statistics, the safest country, the second safest country in the world after Andorra, which is a huge accomplishment considering we're here in the Middle East and not in the European Union between France and Spain. So back to why Dubai's villa segment is going to continue to outperform the whole market. These H&Is are flocking over and are straining the local market that is already scarce. In very popular communities like Palm Jumeirah, which we're going to after, for example, there's also very little supply on the market. Only 3 to 5 listings hit the market per month, with buyer demand growing about 40% year on year. So, okay, we've established now that there's a shortage of villas. What is coming up is new supply in the coming years is also interesting. So what's hitting the market in the next 3 years? Let's have a look. It is clear right now that the new supply will not even leave a little dent in the huge demand that we are seeing. Only 11 to 18% of new supply through 2027 will be in villas and townhouses. Last year in 2024, we had the delivery of 9,900 new villas and townhouses. According to Knight Frank, in 2025, there will be 19,700 new villas, but the actual expectations are lower since market analysis expects only 4,700 units to hit the market in 2025. That's a mere 11.7% over the 41,000 homes that are being handed over this year. We're expecting more houses to be handed over in 2026 and 2027. However, there needs to be about 35,000 villas and townhouses per year to keep up with the current demand. With the current market situation and development pipeline that we're having, we're definitely looking at a huge scarcity for many years to come. Even with large projects like Palm Jebel Ali by Nakheel delivering 1,800 villas and the expansion plan for Dubai Hills Estate handing over 2,600 units by the end of 2026, we're still far below the 35,000 units actually needed right now. So as an investor, you'll have to think, and any investor knows what happens in the market with scarcity, where supply is low and the demand is high. Prices rise. That's simple economics. So let's analyze what happened in the past few years and where we're headed. So villa and townhouse prices have soared in the past 3 years, outperforming apartments and reaching record highs. In 2024 alone, villa prices jumped about 26% on average, according to Dubai Interact. This follows strong gains also in 2022, 2023, and by the end of 2023, villas were already 15% above the last all-time high in prices of 2014. Since the pandemic ended in 2021, the shift to larger homes led to a dramatic rally, which you can see in the prices today. So that means also that villas have doubled in price since their lows in 2020. For example, the villa price segment was 31.6% higher year on year and more than 100% above its early level in 2021. So this rapid pace far outpaced the apartment segment. Prime communities are leading the way. So high-end villa districts saw the most explosive growth. Jumeirah Islands saw 42.5% year-over-year growth. Palm Jumeirah saw 43.3%. Emirates Hills saw 32.5%, and Dubai Hills Estate saw 32.1% growth. That means that other established villa communities like Tel Al Agaf and Arabian Ranches were also in the double digits in growth during the same period. So that already can tell you a lot about the growth that we saw in this time period. So speaking of townhouses, which are part of the villa segment, they have similarly climbed in value. For example, communities in Dubai Land or Town Square saw heightened demand from first-time buyers. This marked a huge lift in prices from say 1 million dirhams to 3 million dirhams for 3-bedroom Safra townhouses off plan. They're now selling for 2.7 to 3 million dirhams in 2025. So that's 270 to 300% increase over 5 years' time. Overall, villas and townhouses have been Dubai's best performing asset class. Citywide house prices were about 20% higher year over year in 2024. That is roughly 2 times the appreciation of apartments since 2014. Okay, now let's look at a real-world example. Let's say you are a smart investor and purchased a 5-bedroom, 4,900 square foot villa off-plan in Tel Al Agaf's Harmony 1 back in 2021. I actually have an investor who did exactly this, so bear with me. They bought the villa from the developer for 3.8 million dirhams back in February 2021. Okay, so construction took about 4 years with a 6 months delay for snagging, which is pretty normal. So we sold this exact villa last month in April 2025 for 9.6 million dirhams. That's a solid 152% increase in value. But beyond that, how much would that villa make on the rental market? This specific villa would bring 650,000 dirhams per year in rental income. That would be an ROI of 17.1% based on its original price from 2021. This is an amazing example of choosing the right product at the right time. On average, we can now see rental returns of 7 to 8% in Tel Al Agaf. That's an amount that was unheard of a few years back for the villa segment. So only apartments, for example in JVC, would bring you that kind of yield. So what is going to change in the market in the coming years? The number one thing to mention is population growth. So this connects to Vision 2040, which projects 8 million people living in Dubai by 2040. That would mean we need about 37,600 and 87,000 new homes each year. According to DXB Interact, there will only be 210,000 villas and townhouses handed over in the next 6 years. Knight Frank has warned that even this level of supply would result in a shortfall of units. Since 2024 alone, we saw over 1,700 new residents. So that puts things a little bit into perspective on how big this shortage actually is. Now that we have established that the villa and townhouse communities make sense, let's deep dive into the top communities that are available today. Let's go out together, you, me, and the camera, to look in the field. Let's get together in the car and explore a few of those communities and see what they could look like in the future. So let me introduce to you the Grand Polo Homes by Emaar. Around the year 2000, Emaar has developed a small but very successful community, which we're in right now, which are called the Polo Homes. And they were small and successful, but we are seeing very high appreciation in these communities here. That's why I came here today to show this to you. We're very close to Arabian Ranches 1. And what Emaar is doing now with Grand Polo is very much the same thing as was the initial idea here. However, a lot more stylish, a lot more newer, and much larger in scale. So needless to say, Emaar is going to do something very exquisite now with the Grand Polo homes. And what are we seeing here is basically what you can see here: stables, horses, polo fields. And this is also very highly sought after in the Arabian culture, because horses are deeply appreciated here. So the Grand Polo starting prices for the villas in the 3-bedroom standalone, a little bit more in the back, are 5.67 million dirhams. They are spacious standalone villas, and the prices can go up to 19.9 million dirhams directly on the polo fields, like what you can see behind me here. The views are directly on the polo fields with beautiful horses playing polo and so on and so forth. And the views are amazing. These ones are going to be the ones that are most appreciated later on. Knowing the previous success of Emaar communities, this one will appreciate really well, likely to similar levels for the past projects like these polo homes here. And we have seen already 400% appreciation in the first clusters of the polo homes, so they appreciate it already really well. In the next 5 to 10 years, it will not be a surprise for me that the new master community of Grand Polo will come to similar levels as this community that we're in right now. So we're having amazing amenities like a clubhouse, like the polo fields, pocket parks. We're having stables, tennis courts, basketball courts, and a community center with everything you need for daily life. This community will change the villa landscape in Dubai, and the clusters, the way that they're laid out, and the polo fields add so much greenery, and I believe it will be a favorite for families to live there, specifically also Arabian families. So it's easily connected through 8 lanes of Expo Road that are right connecting to Sheikh Zayed Road, Mohammed bin Zayed Road, and on the other side you're connected to Emirates Road. So why would I not recommend this? It just makes sense. The entry point for this investment is not too high on an 80-20 payment plan. So with just 40% down in the first 2 years, we will have already seen quite an appreciation considering the shortage and this appeal of this community. So you could think about flipping this as an investment close to handover, or even after a couple of years. However, the best option would be to keep it and rent it out. Right now, there isn't much available under 10 million dirhams in the villa segment. Imagine in 10 years' time, where will the prices go if we continue to see this influx of wealthy residents in Dubai? Let's say a 4-bedroom investment costs you about 7.27 million dirhams right now. Where could this be in 5 to 10 years? Conservatively speaking, not under 18 to 22 million dirhams, in my opinion, if we continue seeing those influxes of high net worth individuals into Dubai. So if we get out of here and drive back to the other side of Yalais Street, there is right next to the new location of Grand Polo, a new ultra-luxury community that's called the Oasis. So this is Emaar's most prestigious community, and it's ultra-luxury, and it is basically a lagoon community that is inspired by Emirates living. It's a villa-only lagoon community that is starting at 4-bedroom villas up to 7-bedroom mansions. So we're talking about huge mansions here. Each plot is larger than 8,000 square feet, and it's going up to 23,000 square feet for each mansion. So we're talking about ultra luxury here. You'll find these exclusive villas with neighbors as discerning as you are, connected by crystal lagoons, which add waterfront element to all 5-bedroom villas. Sprinkled across the community, there's sporting facilities like cricket, football, tennis, basketball, and much more. This will be the next Emirates Hills, where villa under 60 to 70 million dirhams are hard to find in the future. So at the moment, we can enter at a price point that is 20 to 30 million dirhams. Future appreciation is also guaranteed given its closeness to the future airport DWC, which is said to be the biggest airport in the world. The marina is close by, and it's a fast connection also to downtown and older parts of town. This will be the place where Dubai's billionaires mingle. Future residents will be happy to pay a premium for premium units within the community. Speaking of premium, Emaar has recently launched the Address branded villas and the Palace branded villas on the most premium plots within Oasis. I hear they're almost sold out, but with my experience and professional connections at Emaar, I'm sure that we can still get some premium units on the largest parts of the lagoon. These 5-star brands paired with prime plots on the lagoon in the Oasis are a great combination that will appeal to future residents since they are offering an ultra luxury lifestyle. So we have many different layouts, facade styles that are appealing to a big group of people. We have, for example, contemporary design, a classic design, and a chamfer design, and layouts that have drop-down concepts, roof terraces, double height ceilings, and also future owners will prefer them over other villa communities like Tilla Lagaf and Emirates Living, since the whole community is ultra luxury without any cheap options to live in. So the standard of this community will be very, very high. And now we're going to ahead and looking into the future. We're going to drive now down to Palm Jumeirah, so stay tuned and let's have a quick drive-by in the Palm Jumeirah to see what the future of Palm Jebel Ali can look like, since that is also a very, very sought after community. So now we're on Palm Jumeirah. Next to me we can see beautiful villas, and but we're talking about the future, right? And before we're speaking about Palm Jebel Ali, we are going to speak about a little community that was just announced in Gantoot. Ever heard of Gantoot? No, but today you're in luck, because I'm going to explain to you why Gantoot is something that you should be interested in. So after the Palm Jumeirah, we had Palm Jebel Ali, and if you pass Palm Jebel Ali further and going towards Abu Dhabi side, you can there find a little new community called Bayn. And Bayn is directly between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. That means you have the benefit of both cities that are very close by. Another benefit is that it's only 2% because it's on the Abu Dhabi side of things. That means you have 2% DLD fee on that side of the border, so to say. It is a beautiful community that consists of 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom townhouses and also standalone villa directly on the beach. That means people that prefer the beach lifestyle with close walking ways to the beach, this is a very interesting community to look at. So here we can find 3-bedroom villas with partial water views for 4.9 million dirhams, and it's about a 10-minute walk to a community private beach. So that's unheard of for anything in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Palm Jebel Ali has beachfront. So Palm Jebel Ali, which is again a little bit more like Palm Jumeirah, where we're on right now, has a beachfront villa starting from around 20 million dirhams. So you can see the price difference. That's why I wanted to talk about Gantoot first, just because of the price point. And on Palm Jumeirah, you can't find villas that are even from 2004 old. You can see here behind me a little bit villas from 2004 that are all more than 20 million. And some of them even are going up to 25 million for the smallest villas. So we can see that villas on Palm Jumeirah are already matured. It's an amazing community. Palm Jebel Ali is already a starting point of 20 million. And Gantoot is, let's speak about it honestly, is on the beach, and villas, freestanding villas on the beach are interesting. But now, since we are on Palm Jumeirah, and this is a Nakheel project, let's also talk a little bit about what's happening in Palm Jebel Ali. So coming back up the coast from Dubai, from Gantoot, we have man-made world wonder. The new Palm Jebel Ali is astonishingly twice the size of the Palm Jumeirah that we're on right now here. And we are having this year already seen many new launches on the different fronts of Palm Jebel Ali. Right now there's only 6 and 7 bedroom mansions still available, but these are the most premium villas that are going to launch directly on the beachfront with direct beach access today. So why is Palm Jebel Ali interesting as an investment today? It is still in the relaunch phase. Usually, villas are sold first by the developer to introduce the area. So for this project, we saw the wonderful merger of giants like Miraz and Nakheel to sort out the quality and the organization of such a large project. After the villas on the fronts will be fully sold out, we will start seeing apartments also being launched on these fronts and on the trunk, which is called the spine of the palm. And even further down the road, the whole crescent will be full with hotel and residential projects. In fact, Palm Jebel Ali is set to have around 80 luxury resorts. Palm Jebel Ali is also interesting since there are literally no private beach mansions anywhere in Dubai except on this Palm Jumeirah here. Dubai Islands or some leasehold properties with public beaches
don't even have direct beach access. You have to actually walk to the beach in order to get to the beach. Palm Jumeirah has seen enormous appreciation since the initial launch in 2004. And when we were launching then, these villas here, which you can see around, are about 3 to 4 million dirhams back then, are now no prices under 20 million can be found, even for the smallest garden homes over there. So that is an amazing appreciation and a very successful project if you think about it. So we're thinking about roughly 800% capital appreciation in those 20 years if you were smart enough to hold your property here. So surely people are thinking, oh, that's not possible to read this anymore. Now we're already starting at 20 million and we already have seen prices rising for 3 to 4 years. But honestly, why can't these new villas reach those levels in the next 20 years? At the moment, they're launching for approximately 31 to 49 million for the 7-bedroom large mansions, for 11,000 to 12,000 square foot plots. So please bear in mind that Dubai wants to have 8 million people by 2040 and more than double its current population, for which is also part of the 2040 vision of Dubai. An outlook like this can help investors see what's possible in the long term. So even in the short term, we know that there's a villa shortage. And all the villas handing over in the next 3 years are not enough to satisfy the demand in the market. And the main point is, where else in the world can you get a brand new 12,000 square foot mansion with 7 bedrooms for about $9 million? All on the relaxed payment plan, 30 minutes from the city center with 0 income tax, full foreign ownership and a golden visa. So in London, for example, in places like Kingston or Singapore Nassim Road, you would be paying 4 times or even 5 times that and still not get a private beach. All that being said, investors who are in it for the long term and can sense that this is a good opportunity will consider villas in Dubai. And the perfect investment like this is valid for the next 20 years. So let's go back to the office and recap what we've seen today and see a little bit what we can invest in the future in villa communities and townhouses that make sense.
So I think we had an amazing time in the car, and let's take one step back and take a moment to recap the villa communities that I have mentioned, which can be interesting for you as an investor to make huge capital appreciation in the next years. So first off, we spoke about Grand Polo by Emaar. There's a middle ticket entry point. It's a great idea to invest in the first few clusters of a new master community. It's a great entry investment starting at around 5.67 million dirhams with a high chance of success and polo access, which is so sought after in the UAE. Second, we spoke about the Oasis, an ultra-luxury Emaar lagoon community with 4 to 7 bedrooms villas starting from approximately 13 million dirhams for a palace 5-star branded villa with a large drop-down concept and crystal lagoons. That is good for discerning buyers who already see now the benefit of a waterfront villa-only community. Third, we spoke about Bayn by Aura. It's a low entry ticket, it's beachfront investment. That means you can walk to the beach with the lowest ticket price available between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. So since it's between Abu Dhabi and Dubai, it merges the best of both worlds also. On top of it, let's not underestimate the appeal of a 5 million dirham villa on the beach, close to many nice things in the future also, like the Disneyland in Abu Dhabi. And finally, Palm Jebel Ali, the crown jewel investment on the Palm, a 7-bedroom mansion with a private beach access made by Nakheel and Dubai Holdings with high quality, starting at approximately 31 million dirhams. So there you have it. These are my top 4 villa investments for 2025 that will outperform the market and set you and your family up for great wealth in the years to come. Holding any of these properties will guarantee you a good resale value in the future thanks to grade A developer status that they all enjoy. So we've reached the end of this video, but if you want to see amazing content like this and not miss any of the content that I'm putting out in the future, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you liked it. Get in touch via WhatsApp or drop me a comment if you know more explanation about any of these projects or an Excel sheet comparison of the top 4 villa communities, what's available today. See you soon in my next video. Have a good one and happy investing. See you soon. Bye bye.